so today we wanted to talk to you guys about fleas. And the reason for that is this last week we had some flea calls, and some of them were
not legit.
Not legit. Some were. And the not legit ones were kind of in the people's heads, and seems like there was more probably to it than what it could have been. There were no fleas. It was like little pieces of fuzz in some situations, and there were it just wasn't fleas. So this is kind of how to know if you think you have fleas, and you might have fleas and you don't know. We can always come take a look, but before you call, make sure that you're looking at it a little bit deeper, because it isn't really worth the call if it's not even close to being fleas. So Garrett, why don't you give us a little bit more information about like what fleas are, how to identify them, and then what the treatment looks like.
Okay. Fleas, if you don't have pets, you're probably not going to have fleas.
Okay.
So you can always tell by the pet if they're scratching a lot and doing that. A flea is about the size of, I just like to say a period. I don't know what else to compare it to. Really.
What do you mean a period? Like on a piece of paper?
Yeah. Like, like if you're reading your Bible and there's a period in there.
What about so here's one of our, a card that we hand out. This is a period. Is it that big?
Nope. Like your average print, your average book.
Well, grab a Bible. We're in a hotel room. There's probably a Bible or a Book of Mormon or something going on in there.
Book of Mormon?
Well, don't they have... No, it's actually the Book of Mormon.
I mean, you can't, pull out your Bible. Or a comma. How about a comma? Okay. So, that's about the size. Okay. And a good way to look for them a lot of times is to take a white sock, and you can just put it on your hand, and you can go over your carpet or whatever, and that'll usually kind of snag the fleas in there. So,
wow.
But watch out, there's lint too, so just make sure it's fleas, not lint.
And
sorry, I'm just trying to get my computer back on. There we go.
And make sure it's not lint and dust. And when you're done, then you have a fun sock puppet to play with. Puppet. A sock puppet. Okay. Well, that's kind of how you find them is putting a sock on.
Yeah, and just brush it over
Yeah.
where you think there's fleas.
We would demonstrate, but we don't have a white sock. Garrett doesn't wear tube socks anymore.
I got black socks, so.
Can't help. But you get the picture.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we can find them. So we know what they look like. They're black, and they're the size of a...
Just Google them so you kind of...
Period.
They're hard to explain.
You know what? The good thing is, we have access to the smartest thing in the history of the world. Google.
Oh, I thought you were going to say me.
Google. Oh, I wish you had your t-shirt on.
Yeah.
What does your shirt say?
Time. I don't need Google. My wife knows everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So remember that next time you want to Google stuff. Yeah. You just ask me. So anyway, we know what they look like. And so then what do the treatments look like for fleas, Garrett?
Typically, if we have to treat, it's going to be at least 2 treatments. We use a chemical that's going to kill them, and we use one that's a growth regulator. We do them 2 to 3 weeks apart, just kind of depends. And we basically need to treat everything. We can't treat your couch, bed, that kind of stuff, but we can work around that. We'll get it figured.
Yeah. Okay. So it's at least 2 treatments. Always know that our price will always include the 2 treatments and a couple weeks apart. And if you continue to see issues, then we'll come back and have a look.
So.
Great. Anything else with fleas that you think would be helpful? Or does anyone watching live have any specific questions about fleas? How to identify them, what to look for, how to treat them? I do have a couple questions. I guess, do you need to treat the pets?
We won't treat them.
Okay.
But yeah, go to the vet. They'll have some stuff.
Do you have any specific recommendations, or just kind of over-the-counter stuff?
I do. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's pet something. I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
I can't remember.
So pet something.
Pet core or something like that.
Okay. So we'll post that in the comments and make sure that you guys have that. Anything else? How long does it take for the animals once they're flea free?
I don't know. You gotta ask your vet on that one.
Okay, so we do not do anything with the animal, but you need to make sure that you get your animals treated too, so they don't continue to bring fleas into your house.
Yeah. Then another thing to do is like if you vacuum it up real good, just make sure you take that bag out and like get rid of it, like put it in a dumpster. Don't just let them, because they'll crawl back out of your vacuum.
Oh, good idea. I was gonna say clean up and then, okay, so make sure that you take that out and get rid of it. Destroy.
Burn it.
Burn it. Yeah, just light a match. Burn it in your kitchen.
Yeah. Got a gas stove? Just turn it on. No, don't do that.
Yeah, bad ideas. All kinds of bad ideas. All right, well, that's kind of the ins and the outs of fleas. If you have any other specific questions regarding fleas, please let us know. If we don't have the answer like we don't about the animal side of it, we can refer you to a veterinarian who can get you the answer, or we're happy to find the answers so you have all of the information that you need to properly find, identify, and treat your flea issues.